Coach, back from another road trip, not the results you wanted. I know you want to get that offense going and score some goals.
Sure.
How disappointing, frustrating is it not to be finding the back of the net right now?
You know, on paper it looks really bad, but the reality is that we've got a young group. We trained once in the past 10 days before we trained yesterday. So the reality is that with a young group, you got to be able to train. And when you have the schedule that we just threw them through, you're not going to be able to train the way you want to. And when you go places and they don't provide facilities for you to train, it makes it really difficult to do that. So that's a big part of it. You know, our girls need more touches on the ball. They're going to get that this week, and we're really confident about what we're going to be able to get out of it.
Yeah, the first time in a while, or at least a couple of weeks, that you guys are able to be here, train on the field, and going to be home, but also a conference play.
Yeah, you know, two tough opponents. Two opponents that caused us problems at the end of the year last year. You know, two games that we needed results in and didn't happen. So I think that the returners remember that, and they've got a bit of a grudge to pull with that. But the reality is we got two great opponents this weekend. San Bernardino, they're going to want to keep the ball. They got a big win against Regis the other day, and they're well coached. So that's going to be a really fun game. And then you look at Cal Poly, nobody knows. And they've been good during the preseason, and they've got a brand new staff. They got brand new players, and we'll see what happens.
Do you guys at this point, knowing that it's the opener of the conference this week, that you kind of throw out? I mean, yeah, you did play some non-league games, but you kind of throw it out and kind of clean the slate and start conference play.
Yeah, you know, honestly, I normally would say no, that we're always trying to win games and things like that, which we are, of course. But the reality is with such a young group, we've taken so many chances and we've tried to do so many different things during the preseason that maybe we wouldn't do. And we approach some of these games as more learning experiences, trying to figure out who's playing in the right positions and what's the right chemistry of this group. We're still working on it. I think we're a lot closer than we were 2.5, 3 weeks ago. And it's exciting to see what we're going to be able to throw out there this weekend.
What have you seen with San Bernardino? Obviously, they kind of see what you've done so far, but what have you seen from them?
They're good. Like I said, they're well coached. They want to keep the ball. I think what we're going to see this weekend in the Friday game, at least, is two teams that want to keep the ball, and it's going to be very interesting to see which team wants to come out and be the aggressor and which team is going to be more disciplined within their system. And the team that's more disciplined within their system is going to win the game because we both want to keep it. We both want to build forward with our backs. We both have good attacking players. We both have good goalkeeping, and we mirror each other in a very interesting way that we don't always see that type of matchup in this conference because the teams are so diverse and are all very good at what they do. And what you have this weekend is two teams that are good at the same thing. So it's really exciting, and from a coaching perspective, it's going to be a fun challenge. And for our players, I know they're really looking forward to it.
Great.
I guess as far as, like you said, touches on the ball is really the training and the touches on the ball for your team. Is there anything else that you guys kind of need to focus on, technically speaking, skill-wise?
We're going to spend some time on a lot of the details. Today we did that yesterday. And some of the little details with young players, especially, they give up a lot of corners. We give up a lot of foolish set pieces. And just things that in a club environment or your high school environment that you take for granted. And at this level, that's what loses games. And so we're going to spend a lot of time on those types of details this week to kind of dial that in a little bit more and teach them some different techniques and how not to allow those things to come about. But really, it's just touches on the ball. And as much as it is that we spent so much time teaching and learning and developing during the preseason, getting ready for the SPU and Concordia weekend and the George Fox weekend, we were able to put that into practice. We came out with what were very good games for us. And then we went from that to 1 day of recovery training for about 45 minutes, and then we're on the road. So really, as much as it is touches on the ball, and that's the term that we use, it's can we train them in the tactics? Can we train them functionally in what they need to learn so that we can be successful this weekend? And that's what was really missing this last weekend is there was no time for that. And we were forced to do it with film. And older players understand how to translate that. Younger players, they got a lot to learn. And so bottom line is we're in a spot that is unique and that we haven't done as well as we think we should have, but we're still very confident. There's so much positive energy in training that we're not really too worried about it.
I was just going to ask, so how are the younger players taking that?
They're excited. The younger players are excited. The older players are excited. Even yesterday in training, we had a tough training session yesterday, and they were flying. And we've got a group of young women that really want to work hard. They trust each other, and we're confident about what's going to come about from